What up, everybody?
It's cracking.
Back. I'm off a fucking 8-day tea break, so I'm about to get lit.
Not me.
Trying to give the fucking lungs a break, dude. I think I'm 90% of the way there. Believe it or not, I'm still a little fucked up, dude. But we're going to see today how it reacts to the smoke. How's the trip?
Trip was fun, dude. Fucking dope. Got to
He
go
just
to
pulled up right now, so I didn't get a chance to catch
I
up.
got to go to Yosemite, kick it with the family, and fucking, you know, the fiance and her kids, and it was dope, dude. Had a good time.
Hell yeah.
Had a good
Hell
time.
yeah. Anything noteworthy?
Found a carving that I did of my fiance and I when we were 12. I had carved Paul plus Amanda in the rec room wall, and went and fucking searched on this fucking big ass wall, looking through it, and finally fucking found it and got her to take a picture. So that was dope.
Damn,
That was dope.
that's movie shit right
30
there.
years later, dude.
That's really some movie shit.
Yeah. Up the hill, appreciate you for reposting, bro.
Reposting your stream, yep. Yes, Fidel's flower, and if so, was it smoking? I don't know. I've only had one experience, and it wasn't my favorite, but it was only one experience.
There
so it's
was
hard to
one
say.
thing that he had rolled up in New York that he had me hit. It was good. It was pretty good, dude.
This is interesting. It's like the confetti. I don't know exactly what it is, but it seems like a little bit more of a zingy type.
I know what it is. I can
Spin
tell you.
on. Well, is it public information or no?
Up the hill, is it public or not? I'll show it to Adam right now. You can tell me whether
I think
or not.
on the tail of the tape you said not public, so we listed NA.
Yeah, so I
But,
got you. Hold on.
Low, what's cracking? It has been a minute. It does smell really good though.
What's up, Lucas?
That makes sense why it's a little zingy version
Yeah,
of some
yeah.
candy. Yeah. Okay.
What up, Lo?
Lucas on here?
B-Catch, no, I did not take a tea break. I was smoking out there.
Hey, congrats, Lucas, on the win. Another one on
fucking
the
A.
fucking books. For those that don't know, I grew up with Lucas. Me and Sean both did, and we started Taekwondo together when we were like 4 or 5, but we went to MMA together at like 11. And he just kept that shit going. After I started selling weed, he kept fighting, dude, and I just kind of fucking bailed out after college, and he kept it going, and here he is now, still fighting pro.
Yeah, shout out Lucas. So Up the Hill did give the genetics right there. If anybody did not see it, it is a blue Zushi bag seed times Z times LCG.
Very nice.
Yeah,
Very
I saw
nice.
the conversation on the on Twitter. I was dying laughing. Somebody sent a picture of Lucas. Was like, dude, I'm at this fight and this dude's got proper doinks on his shorts.
I'm like, that ain't,
You're like,
that ain't any just
that's,
dude.
Yeah, that's the
all right?
homie.
We're not just sponsoring fighters out here, okay? It's my boy. All right.
And
Huh.
is the streamer on?
They did.
Not that one.
Oh, no. No.
What's Blue Mermaid? He said so. Blue Mermaid.
The New York weed bands, you mean brands? I haven't tried enough, but the ones I've tried, I mean, I've had some good ones.
Mechanics.
The Mechanics was the most notable.
Yeah, fire.
I think that I've tried out there personally. But yeah, I think that was the most notable. Obviously, you know, there's other ones that white label, but I'm saying like grown in New York, that's
Right.
probably where it's at. We've only had one batch of it too, though, so we haven't had any batches since.
Yeah. Close to the weird by Don't Be Weird. You talking about the genetics on the confetti?
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Bud Tender just gave me the sickest side when I told her Blem was mids.
Interesting. Probably side eye or something. I don't
Oh,
know.
side eye, yeah, that's probably what he's trying to say.
Yeah, Blem is mids, dude. Come on. Who doesn't know that at this point? Keep telling them. Don't let them fucking talk you out of that. That's one thing we've tried now 4 or 5 times. And that's one of the ones where like, okay, until somebody's like, yo, this batch is smoking, we can't try that again. Because it was razor blade weed on the throat. Like, that was really fucking harsh shit right there.
Up the Hill is from Cali. I believe he's from like, is it NorCal or Central Cal, or he's from like up in the cuts, isn't he?
I don't know.
I believe so. Up the Hill, if you're on here, if you could clarify that one.
Fuck it. You're gonna see a little bit of our monitor.
Us boys are big fans of rosin.
Yeah, off. It's hard because we have to redo our set. We have shout out Toro. We got the Toros right here off to the side, but we got to like hook up the heating system and everything, and you know, clean a bunch of shit. So we're gonna start doing it on Sundays.
Yeah.
Solventless Sundays.
Siskiyou County, okay.
While we're rolling this up, We'll bring this up again later, but let's have a look here. We are about a week away now, 6 days away from round 1 of the favored, formerly known as, or also known as Mitten Master, favored versus Wizardry $60,000 grand prize super duel, which a super duel is best 2 out of 3 takes home the dub. So they're going to each have 3 strains. This is going to go on over about a month, a few weeks, something like that. And one at a time. And the winner will take home $60,000. Both gentlemen are putting up $30,000. So talk about fucking
laying it on the table and just being like, let's go.
You know what I mean? That's ridiculous. We open the door to a lot of other people. They are, and I can say this with some serious confidence, they are the only people in America that are trying to put up 30 G's on 3 different strains.
Yeah. No, there's not a lot of people.
Yeah,
out
we
there.
looked high and low. Ain't nobody else trying to do that.
No one's flexing like that.
Officially, the most confident motherfuckers in the nation by far.
I prefer a traditional rig, Mike Tyson.
TGR. You prefer what? What do you mean
He
traditional rig?
says, how do you boys feel about e-rigs versus traditional rigs? I said, I prefer a traditional rig.
I just think, and the reason I think we prefer that is because you can get more vapor at a lower temperature off of quartz.
And if
You know what
I'm
I mean?
being honest, just because I have so many Puffcos and I've smoked out of like the fucking,
Because everyone ever released pretty much until the recent
and I've
ones.
smoked pretty much all the other ones, the Dr. Dabbers, the fucking, the other ones. And I just personally don't feel like I can get the same flavor profile off of those that I can off of quartz.
Yeah, there's so much more pure,
Yeah.
heavy flavor. Granted, we do have a Dr. Dabber, we do have a Focus, and we do have a Puffco. We're going to do a little battle between them, but yeah.
Shout out Good Pizza. Got New Jersey coming to the rec market
June
June
28th,
28th.
dude.
Let's
Let's go.
fucking go, dude. Shout out the crew.
Blessing Jersey. And the people behind that are very qualified.
Yeah. Trap
do
was
what they're
cracking.
doing. I'll take a 650 face and a 580 face any day. Trap Jesus, look, I'm going to have to just heavily disagree. I mean, it depends on the temp gauge and the size of the dab and everything else. But my thing is if the oil turned hella brown, then it oxidized and it's fucking lower quality. The integrity was lost.
I
in the
think it
oil.
also
You can get more high.
I think it also
maybe,
depends on the
kind of.
strain, though, dude. Like we've talked about this.
Yeah,
Certain
for
strains
sure.
are more volatile at fucking lower temperatures than
Well,
others.
you ask some people on the internet, they'll tell you that all strains are the same and have the same volatility.
This is
but
why I don't get on the internet.
Yeah.
This is why I don't want to have these conversations with people.
we had somebody trying to fight us at the airport over saying that, dude.
Oh, I heard that wasn't the case. I heard some things, but
Crying at the airport.
yeah.
Yeah, that was different, but yeah, that's interesting.
Hot pillar versus cold pillar. So that's a good one. I personally have
Like
only
cold
done
start
a,
you
I've
talking
only
about?
done a cold start once in my life. I don't personally like it.
I have a theory.
What's that?
On why you don't like cold start.
Why?
I think when you are doing a hot start, you can touch oil to quartz at the exact temperature what you want. When you're doing a cold start, it is almost impossible to stop the increase of temperature
Right.
exactly where you need it to be.
Right.
It's always going to go
Under
a little bit
or
above
over.
or, you can't just right
Yeah.
at the perfect temperature.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't know. It seems, I like the idea. I like the theory of a cold start, just
Yeah.
just enough to get some vapor, but I just feel like it's too easy to overheat. But I don't know. I mean, I've never. I would have to master the cold start tech and really experience it to argue that. But that's my theory.
I'm gonna be interested or honest with you guys. The one that I'm like
accepted the beef.
excited to try is the new one that they have. The dudes that make the TSV and made the Terp Slurp pump. They have this one that looks like a fucking V, and you like it's got a whole nother quartz that you put your rosin in, and then you just drop it in there.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen that? Those look interesting. I'd like to try one of those and see what those
The
are
side
like.
thing,
Yeah,
yeah.
a little side
Yeah, it's
fucking
very
action or
interesting
whatever.
for sure. Yeah, I miss dabbing. I haven't even been dabbing lately. So when we do, I haven't been doing nothing because I'm trying to let my fucking lungs recover. So after these episodes, I go home and begin recovery until the next episode the next day. But once I get back in the mix heavy, I'm a Terp Slider. There it is.
Yeah, soggy wash.
I
low,
can't wait
Thank you.
to begin that again.
Yeah, I've been out of rosin, but I definitely that's one thing that I do enjoy doing. I got to cop some because that's one thing I do enjoy doing when I come home before I go to bed is taking a dab or two and then passing out.
Yeah, for our personal pleasure, dabbing, it's hard to beat dabbing. And I
This-
think that's the best way you could consume cannabis.
This is the confetti, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah,
Just
blue,
making sure
blue
before I
corner.
started
Yep.
to roll it up.
Yeah, we should do that more often.
Yeah.
Just make sure because we're all stoners out here.
All right.
But yeah, rosin we believe as the Doink dudes is the best way to consume inhalable cannabis. And dry herb vape might actually be even a better way than smoking it. You know what I mean? I don't know, but fuck bongs. All right, X. We've
Keep
been
it
going
fucking
at
real,
it, dude.
dude.
We've been going at it. It's crazy. It's like talking to a brick wall with some people, bro.
It's fucking.
They're like, there's just as much oxygen in a bong as there is a doink, and I'm like,
No, there's not.
how do you even reply to that shit? You know what I mean? It's just
Yeah.
like, holy shit, dude. And you got people calling gas blue dream and shit, dude. The internet's crazy.
The internet is a wild place to live.
Yeah, I'm glad you're not on there, dude.
Yeah, me too.
You'd be fuck. You'd probably have a stroke by now, dude.
If I would have caught a case or some shit.
We would have got canceled at least.
All smoke melt over rosin day. Hey, dude, melt's
Yeah,
fire, dude.
for sure, yeah.
I don't hate on melt at all.
Yeah, it depends, dude. I mean, because some rosin is just. I mean, sometimes I hit some rosin and I'm like, I don't think that experience can get any better. And then sometimes same thing with melt. So it's just like, it depends. There's some melt where I'm like, that was all right. You know.
Yeah.
It just depends on how each
I
one
think
was
it's
done.
I think it's all the wash and it's the strain and a lot of different things that go.
That's true,
into it.
JN. That's true. Here I go. I'm already coughing. Fuck. Thoughts on spliffs? I actually have a relatively controversial thought on spliffs. I think they're better than blunts. Because think about it. It's less tobacco.
It's less tobacco than a blunt, 150% there. There's no argument there.
You know what I mean? So I'm like, I don't know. I mean, if you cut up a real fine, say you're using the same, like say you use a broadleaf, cut it up, then I don't see how it could not be better than a blunt in the sense of health.
Yeah.
And tobacco helps weed burn. So if your weed's not that fire, throwing some little backy in there might actually help it
Might
burn
help,
better
yeah.
and bring more flavor out of it. I just don't think it's a good way to analyze. So there's two different arguments that we make. Well, the main argument is what is the best way to judge weed in a competitive setting to get the most accurate analysis of the flower's full potential, and that's where we say doink. Some weed may taste better in a blunt, and some people might prefer bongs for sure. You know, that's not what we're arguing. It's just in a competitive setting. I'm not going to sit here and take a quick bong rip and then judge the weed because I could get got thinking some mids that's cool off the first hit that would not make it to halfway through a doink might trick me in a bong. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's no better way to really get to know some weed than to spend 35 minutes with it, smoking it from beginning to end over 40 fucking hits. You know what I mean? Terplania's got $500 on up the hill.
Is that where you see that at?
Yeah, it was just above there. It just passed by. Is this good?
Yep, solid.
Big dab without a matching bump in heat. You just waste it. Correct. Like you can get, bro, I get fat rips off of dabs that are the size that would genuinely be made fun of. You know what I mean? Like a really small dab. Like because he takes fat globs, right? And somehow I'd be getting more vapor. And he's like,
I don't though anymore.
yeah, not anymore. No, but at first when we first started dabbing together, like I was getting bigger clouds than you, but taking way smaller dabs. He's like, what the fuck?
Yep.
And it was literally just because of the size of the dab. You could get a fat fucking rip off of a small dab at a really low temperature, and it could be like the best flavor experience you've ever had. It is all the ratio.
It is a ratio thing though. You have to know how much to put in at what temp in order to do it like that.
And I don't think you get too much benefit from taking like a massive dab, because if you think about it, all you're doing is
cooling the quartz down quicker.
Yeah, you're sacrificing whatever oil first touches that quartz. It's going to turn brown. You know, it's going to oxidize. It's going to become a free radical and overheat. And then it's just sacrificing that oil to cool down the temperature of the quartz to where you could have just started at in the first place with a smaller dab.
Mm-hmm. I think the appeal for spliffs out here in New York City and New Jersey is the throat kick as well. Yeah, dude. See,
That's a weird appeal, dude.
Yeah, I don't want my throat to be bothered when I smoke weed.
The throat kick is a crazy thing.
I want the opposite of that.
Yeah, bongs are pretty. Bongs get you right where you need to be right away. That's nobody's arguing that. It's the most efficient, best way to get high. You know, it's the quickest. Everything else, it has a lot of wins. Bongs are better in a lot of ways, depending on how you're looking at it. It's just not as thorough of a way to judge weed. As soon as you can't judge the longevity and how long that weed smokes, boom, done, over. Conversation's over, disqualified.
Yeah.
Why are we still talking? It's out. There's no reason to fucking, you can't tell. Because the best weed has the ability, whether you care about it or not, whether you want to see if it can or not, the best weed has the ability to smoke beginning to end and maintain flavor and smoothness integrity throughout the entirety of the doink.
Scraggin grown in Michigan. He said bongs are like tequila. They get you fucked up, but they taste like shit is what I'm pretty sure what I think he means by
Yeah,
that.
and there's better or worse tequila, and some people actually like the taste of tequila, but at the end of the day, it's traveling through oxygen, it's oxidizing, and that's why it has that stale ass cheek taste. More or less depending on your tech and how you hit it and how long the smoke sits and how big the oxygen or the air chamber is and everything else, but it's always there. And if you can't taste it, that's a palate problem, dude.
And then somebody else said something up there that I agreed with. I don't remember who it was. They said, oh, it's Trap Jesus. Sorry, should have gave you credit for that. He said, ceramics is for vacation.
Yeah,
Like if you're gonna go on
Puffcos and
vacation, you want to fucking hit ceramic, go ahead. But
yeah,
like
I have
if you're
a
at
Puffco
home,
in my cup holder on the way down to fucking LA, you know.
Adam is rolling up the hill right now.
No, I'm rolling the ZRS.
Oh,
Or
the ZRS.
I'm grinding the ZRS.
Yeah, the
You
ZRS.
just rolled the up the hill.
Damn, that's got a nice fucking flavor to it.
Yeah, it smelled good too. For those that are just joining, what we are doing today, we're in the semifinals. So we have Up the Hill taking on ZRS. Everyone, all 7 people in this bracket, put down $2,000. The grand prize is $14,000. The winner of this will go on to face Woodwide to decide who takes home the cake.
Dude, that's crazy, Heshua. I haven't seen a nectar collector since like 2008, dude.
I just
that's
threw one
wild.
away, dude. I just had one in my fucking room and threw it away.
He just said the nectar collector kits are sick for on the go. I'm like, dude, I haven't seen one of those since like 08, 09.
Yeah.
Like I used to, when they used to give you wax, like the sugar wax in like the little glass jars, I'd have that thing in the car and just right into the jar and fucking smoke it just straight like a savage.
I feel like that's good, but then whatever.
Oh, you got everything else fucked up.
Yeah,
off the
dude.
first hit. Yeah.
Hate to be that guy.
All right.
I'm betting on whatever Adam is rolling.
Heshua said, I live in Ohio.
I'm not rolling nothing. I'm just breaking it down. He's rolling everything. We keep it the same every time.
Nectar collector for people who like hot, cheap dabs.
Yeah. See, look, we just got to know our place, dude. That's all. It's not that bongs are bad. It's just like if you're into bongs, it's probably more so to get high and less to like enjoy all the nuances and dive in thoroughly to all the details of the weed, you know?
Yeah. I haven't hit the fucking Puffco pivot yet.
That's where you bowed out of the game at that point.
Yeah. I have the fucking. You
got full custody of the paper towels over
all
there?
those ones. Yeah. I don't know. Oh yeah.
He always has them, dude. He always has them.
No, they're
We're
right
supposed
there.
to keep them right in the middle of us, but just keep swooping them without my permission, dude.
It's hard to judge a nuance in a straight shooter.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean in a nectar collector? Yeah, for sure.
or a bong. Yeah, I don't know what you were talking about, but either way. Wait, can you scroll up just a little bit to what Trap Jesus was saying? Right there. I understand I can relate to what you're talking about. I think it's the best to compare getting your dab down in the same. What are you talking about, Trap Jesus? In terms of in the same way you get your roll down? What are you referring to with that comment? But yeah, with the bong, it's just like, okay, so you put a torch or a wand or whatever the fuck, however you want to light it, fucking grab a magnifying glass, doesn't matter. As soon as that smoke leaves the cherry, it's what does that smoke go through on the way to your lungs?
A glass chamber of air.
The original chamber of air, a big long tube, and then it goes through water. which is what, keeping it the same?
Nope.
Is anybody going to argue that the
It's
water is
filtering
keeping
smoke
it the
and
same?
It's filtering the smoke, and why a lot of people that are bong lovers will say, "Oh, well, it's filtering out all the harsh and bad shit." Yeah, but it's also filtering out
It's
terpenes.
not a sniper.
It's also filtering out
Yeah.
everything else.
It's like chemo to the smoke. It's just hitting everything.
Yeah.
But it's going through that first down stem, which is traveling through air, which is a small chamber, goes through water, then it goes back into another air chamber, and then to your lungs. Whereas in a doink, it's traveling through the tiny little minuscule little cracks in the weed, which is next to no air at all. And then it goes through a tip, which in our tips, there's 14 little pinholes. So the reason we don't have a big ass chamber in the middle is because that has a much smaller version of it, but still an oxidizing effect. It's still a little oxygen chamber. We're trying to protect that smoke as much as possible until it gets into your lungs, we'll say. So we don't got to say pause. And then aside from even the oxygen, my thing is like, okay, if you're arguing that it doesn't affect it, then why is it that a bigger bong tastes worse? If the air doesn't affect it, then why does a bigger bong taste worse? And if going through the air doesn't affect it, why does it get worse as you let it sit longer? Do you think the smoke is getting into the chamber and then being like, all right, guys, hold on, let's not degrade at all. Let's wait. We have a 4-second rule until we can degrade, and then after 4 seconds it starts degrading? No, it happens instantly, and whether your palate can pick up that degradation or not is up to you, but it happens, and some people can taste it and some people can't. I think all Puffco designs are great for on the go or when you're out of town, but I wouldn't use one if I was home. I agree, Trap G's. Water and air are tasteless and odorous. Yeah, but the effects that they have on the smoke are not.
Water and air. Who said that?
Ross Bernstein.
Water and air are tasteless and odorless.
That's-
Yeah, but it's not. We're not talking about that the air is going to affect the flavor of your doink. We're talking about what the oxygen does to smoke.
Well, that's a weird fallacy to say that water doesn't have any. Okay,
Water has a taste, of
if
course.
you pour more water into your soup, will it change the? Of course, it'll dilute
It'll
the
water it
flavor.
down 100%.
If you expose chips to oxygen, what happens? They get stale.
Yeah.
Anything that if you let weed just sit out in oxygen, what happens to it? Oh, it's tasteless. It shouldn't change the taste. That's a crazy point. That's
Right.
a wild point. But that's the type of points we
Fucking
get.
John Wick in the corner over here.
That's the type of shit. Yeah, Sean's go. So that's the type of points we get on X though. Is like, oh, it's odorless and tasteless, so it won't affect it. Like, brother, this is just basic chemistry right here. Like, by definition, it's odorless and tasteless though. By definition, my shirt doesn't have a taste either. What does that have to do with anything? You know what I mean? Like, how I don't understand. Butane is also odorless. Since we're just naming irrelevant facts here. You know what I mean? Like, just while we're at it. I like the homies that think they're right about everything. Yeah, Joe Huncho, 100%. It's a trip. Good and bad things, which means it takes. Agreed. If the water didn't strip anything from the smoke, why is there resin all inside your bong? I don't know. There's too many unanswerable questions. We have funny little points like waterless is tasteless and odorless or whatever, but nobody's answering the questions. Why do big bongs taste worse, and why, as it sits, does that odorless and tasteless air degrade the smoke more? Why does it turn yellow more? Just ask fucking Grok. Why? Like, he knows. I just post this. Just why does the smoke get yellow in a bong the longer you let it sit? Why is there a stale taste coming from a bong? It'll tell you. Water does have a little bit of a taste too, if you got the palate though. The taste isn't from the water or the air, to be serious and to be less sarcastic, Ross. It's the chemical reaction that happens when smoke oxidizes sitting in the air, just like air affects and oxidizes anything that sits in it.
Look, because I smoked bongs for so many years, I have a perfect analogy, and I'm going to challenge anybody that hits a bong to go home and do this. If the air does not affect your smoke at all, I want you to go home, pack a bong hit, fill your tube up, go off of it for a second, let it sit, and then go hit it and tell me if it's changed.
Yeah.
100% it's going to change. That's because more oxygen has hit it than
They're
normal.
going to come back and tell you like, well, hold on, but usually the air gives it a 5-second head start before it decides to change it,
Yeah,
dude. The
right.
air is patient, it doesn't begin. It's a
Jeez.
chemical reaction. It doesn't just happen right away.
Right.
What doesn't make it not a fair way to evaluate taste? Because anything, I mean, you can evaluate some things about it, but anything that alters the flavor, everything alters the flavor, right? But the more it alters the flavor, the less reliable of a way it is to analyze that flavor. So you have it altering it in the down stem, altering it, diluting it in the water, and then altering it significantly in the air chamber, and then it gets to you. And you should be able to taste that stale taste that comes from a bong and immediately not even need an explanation. It has a stale taste with it, so it's not showing the full potential of the flavor. Doinks you can get a dab-like pure experience with. There's just nothing better. Also, how do you gauge longevity? Pretend it doesn't oxidize, pretend nothing happens. How do you know how long that weed can smoke? People are like, well, I don't need to know. I smoke bongs. Just because you don't need to know doesn't mean it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That's a very important attribute. The greatest weed will smoke beginning to end with no degradation and full integrity of flavor and smoothness. Mids will trick you off the bat. How many times we've been smoking something and we're like, oh, shit. And then 4 hits later, we're like, ooh.
Yeah,
something's going on,
good,
dude.
yeah.
And then by the halfway through, it's like we got to put it out. We can't even hit this. You would get tricked in a bong with that type of weed. Anyways,
so Lo, just to answer Lo real quick before we start. Lo, with the rig, if it's an actual rig, we'll put water in it. But if you're talking about like an e-rig, Adam and I don't put water in our e-rig. So once again, it's still we would rather not have water in it if possible.
Still, yeah. And I don't know, like in a dab rig, I
don't know the difference. I don't know.
So I was in Vegas once. And I fucking went to rip a dab after a fucking long night, and I forgot to put water in it, and it tasted great, dude.
Did it?
Yeah, it did.
Now, was there any change of harshness on your lungs, any expansion, anything like that, or was it the
Hard to
same?
say because I was a little drunk, you know what I mean?
Gotcha, yeah.
So I would like to try it not drunk and see for sure. But I would say, and also, okay, so the smaller the fucking dab rig, the more the flavor.
Yep.
Why is that? You know what I mean? A bigger
hate
dab rig will
fucking
cool it
big-
down.
I hate big rigs.
Yeah, and it cools the fucking vapor
Yeah.
down, so it should make it cooler.
Bro, I can't with him sometimes, dude. Oh, shit.
Yeah, so me and Sean, I'll just tell you guys what he's laughing about. Me and Sean were sitting in here one day working on some shit, and we're like, hey, let's go buy some fully automatic, fucking hella high-powered airsoft guns. When we were like 11 and 12, we used to play airsoft and shit in the neighborhood. And we're like, yo, let's just go buy some and go out on the property and just shoot the fuck out of each other for old time's sake, dude. So we went and bought these like replica AR gangster ass fucking fully auto airsoft guns. We're about to shoot the fuck out of each other
That's not
tomorrow.
even what I
dude.
was laughing at. I said I don't like big rigs, and when I said that, Sean goes,
Oh, Sean's been fucking with his over at the corner there,
I caught that, Sean.
scaring us. I took a dry bomb. Anyways, yeah, dude, we could argue about this forever, but the main point is, guys, we're right. Okay. So I don't know. Take it up with us on X, dude.
Like, call the governor, dude.
Yeah, dude. Call God, dude. I didn't make chemistry. Okay, he
Right.
did. All right. Where's the torches? Do you have an extra one over there?
There's 2 of them over there.
Cycles are king for smoking oil. Could be, dude. You know,
Gotta
I
dog
don't
the
know.
doinks before we go through rules and stuff. Just
Oh,
like
that's
remind
right.
you.
That's
I got
right.
you.
You're
It's all
right.
good. I got you. It's been a couple days since
Let's
we've
talk
been
some
in here.
shit on Paul's doinks, and then we'll get it going here.
One of them's got a fold of all folds on it.
Oh, come on, dude.
Someone that's gonna smoke better.
Perfect pool on this. Let's have a look. We'll just start right out the gate with a full, dude. Didn't even work around to it. We're just gonna start on it. Overall, not bad, dude. Is somewhere in the 8s. Somewhere in the 8s. Got a little dimple right here, so if we get to the very, very last hits of the 3rd round,
And it sucks. It's my fault.
yeah, 100%. So up the hill, you know who to blame. But overall, that's a fucking solid doink with really nice pull to it. Is that a fucking crumb? Hold on, dude. Hold on. I gotta see this up close. Never mind. No, it's not. Okay. I was about to fucking. I mean, dimples and dents are one thing. Crumbs, bro. Okay. This is looking really good so far. A little bit of
Bless
cellulite
you.
by the base there. But a little sassy fold right there. Nothing too crazy. All right, that's a good one. All right, so ZRS has the roll advantage. Both identical pulls. And I'm just busting his balls. These are gonna smoke the same. Okay. For the semifinals, you guys are gonna have to hear me run through the rules. The ZRS was smelling great. Everything was smelling great. I forgot to show you guys the flower. That's my bad, dude. We were getting excited, got right into it. But Let's pull up the rules, huh?
Full says fentanyl cigs with the proper tip or something like that. Or
Oh,
He's
shit.
like, "Oh, the fucking shit."
You gotta mix it in with some THCA. We'll go smoke that with Ted.
All right.
All right, so for those that are tuning in for the first time, this is not the standard competition that you see where everybody is given 1 to 10 scale ratings on fucking bag appeal and nose and how high they got. We are looking at the interaction with the palate, the number one criteria that matters to connoisseur smokers in the game, the people that are spending the most on weed. The interaction with the palate specifically is looking at flavor and smoothness. And when we say, but how does it smoke? That's what we're talking about. Because something can be pretty, something can smell good, something can test high and still be absolute fucking ass cheeks. So smoothness, we are not talking about empty air pack smooth, and harshness, we are not talking about the Hurt So Good expansion. When we say harshness, we're talking about the burning of the throat, the stinging of the nasal tract, and the irritation of the lungs. And smoothness, it's like a rich, substantial, soothing smooth. Accuracy, does it taste like what it smells like? Purity, is there any background noise of smoke, tar, ash spray, mold, nutrients, or any other foreign flavor that does not belong? Or is it just pure dab-like terps? Intensity, how much flavor is coming through? Doesn't matter if we love it or we hate it, just how much is coming through. Stain, how long does that flavor linger after the hit? And coat, how heavy does the flavor lay on your palate? The longevity of 1 through 6 through rounds 1 through 3 is going to be what wins you a decision. If both are smoking all 3 rounds and it goes the distance, then we look at best 2 out of 3. If one becomes unsmokable before the other, it's an automatic KO. And if neither smoke at least 2 of the 3 rounds, it's a double loss. No participation trophies in the PSL. Let's head to the tail of the tape.
All right, so for the blue corner, we got Up the Hill, and we got Zanomalyz in the red corner. For the blue corner, we got Confetti Waffles, which he already said is a blue Zushi bag seed times LCG times Z, versus ZRS, which is Skittles times RS11. Harvest dates are May 7th and May 14th. Questionable amount of HPS lights for the blue corner versus 542 HPS for the red corner. We got Cocoa versus Living Wolves, both Synganic and both on the recreational market.
Okay, so let's see. We don't know how many lights Up the Hill. If you want to let us know, we're not sure how many lights. We just know they're HPS, very similar on the harvest date. And then he earlier let us know the genetics. Do you still have that on your phone?
I have the genetics. It's the blue. I already said it. It's
you did? Okay,
I said
cool,
it's the blue Zushi bag seed times LCG times Z. And then Hustle King, I do know what the genetics are on that one too, but you're gonna have to ask Up the Hill if he wants to release that.
Wait, isn't that what you were just talking about?
Nah, he was asking about the chocolate banana.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, what the genetics were on that one.
Living Wolves is him trolling you guys. He was just trolling.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. yeah.
He said, "Oh, for real?"
Well, because he wanted to troll the people, so I'm not gonna not let him. You know, if he wants to troll.
And
then-
I'm gonna call it like that every time.
Yeah,
The Living Wolves.
The Living Wolves is smoking.
I was not aware of that.
The Living Wolves produce quite the fucking flavor, dude. I will say.
He did that purposely, so we're gonna just roll with it.
Yeah. Look, at the end of the day, we've said a lot of things that people wrote on their tail of the tape. We'll say what they say. 840 HPS for everyone thinking that you can't put out heat in a big facility.
Is that what he just said?
Yeah, let's get the light up music while we're awkwardly silent, focusing on lighting these doinks. Shout out Scrap.
Yeah, I'm stopping that shit at Bass Lake.
Oh, yeah.
I got loud. Hit my line. Either DM me or hit my line, bro. I got loud. I'm trying to smoke. Out here in the Amish, smoking big doinks in Amish. Big old doinks. Big old doinks. Gang. Just trying to roll through. I got Marlboro Menthols, I got Swishers, and I got doinks. Yeah, we out here, smoking big doinks. Yo, me and Wilkie Andrew out here smoking doinks on the block, gang. You see, 30,000 people about to see Wilkie Andrew with that doinks. 30,000 people.
GB Weebies, I'm going to be looking fresh as fuck, smoking doinks all day. Getting pot zoned off the stinky, blinky skunk. Fuck 12.
Out here smoking $100 bill doinks.
kid, big doing kid, big doing kid. My sour diesel darker than broccoli. Cream of the crop, homie, don't make yourself a mop. It's fucking nice out. I'm trying to chill, smoke some loud. I got loud.
Yeah, these both lit right the fuck up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Joe Huncho, right?
First hit off the up the hill was nice. By the way, guys, these are the high rollers brackets. It's rare we see something that's not absolutely blowing on the high rollers brackets.
I mean, I feel the exact same way about this. I should just lit right up.
Dude, for those that just came in, everyone put down $2,000 on one strain in a 7-person bracket. So these boys ain't playing. Stinky Winky Gang, yes sir.
I got loud.
I will say, first hits off of this, I'm coughing because I have a fucking lung issue still, dude, for 2 months now. It's insane, but not because it's harsh. I'm feeling great. We are coming to AZ in 2 days. We're gonna be there Sunday. Sunday, leaving Wednesday morning. Thoughts on that face right now, dude?
Gee, it's fucking tough.
Yeah, like that?
It's fucking tough, dude. The one thing I will say is I'm getting a tiny bit of chalkiness in the up the hill. Like
Okay.
the tiniest bit. And it
Okay.
could have just been that hit.
If you're looking for it kind of thing.
Yeah.
All right, let's get a initial doink cam here. Both, I mean, fuck, dude.
Rice rolls,
Look
dude.
at this. So, red corner is ZRS. Blue corner is Confetti. But I mean, they're both doing exactly what they should be.
Rice rolls. If you would have hit me in like 2001, bro, I'd have had Newports for you, bro. I'd have done you one up on the Marlboro Menthols. He's like, you got Marlboro Menthols, Paul?
Oh, fuck. This is going to be a close one. I can already tell.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay. I got to focus.
Are you getting anything or no?
I see what you mean. It's very slight.
It's like you have to search for it. You gotta pull out your binoculars and really fucking look for it. In order
It's
to
very,
find it.
very slight, but that is a split hair difference. I get the slightest bit intensity difference towards the ZRS. Let me reverse the order real quick.
Those are back in the rave days, dude. What do you guys know about fucking massives before they even started using the word rave? What you guys know about the abandoned fucking warehouse in Oakland that they used to throw Cyberfest and Gigabeats at, bro? They were, dude, I'm telling you.
Doesn't like on fire?
Yes, some of the sickest fucking raves I ever went to was at that warehouse in Oakland.
Smoothness, purity. Right now, I'm pretty sure smoothness, purity, and sorry, not smoothness. Sorry, purity and intensity, and stain. I think I'm going ZRS, but I'm not sure on the other ones because smoothness is like dead even,
Dude,
bro.
fucking hats off to these guys.
Yeah,
Jesus.
we always appreciate when the shit's smoking because it's like we hate to get up on here and say anything but good stuff, but we will, y'all know. But it's just awkward when we have to. So appreciate you guys. Worst thing is when a motherfucker like Mopping Terp send in some fucking might as well have been a fucking Marlboro menthol, and then fucking.
And then just dogs us
And
on
then
the
just,
internet.
not even dog. I would appreciate the direct dog, but like you're gonna go talk shit on other people's posts and fucking block me. You know what I mean? That's crazy. I come from the Detroit rave scene.
Yeah, rumors. Fucking Divas Playhouse and Gigabeats and Cyberfest. Those things were fucking raw back in the day.
Thoughts right now, dude. Thoughts between the two, specifically on smoothness.
Look at smoothness, dude, is fucking hard. I'm gonna have to hit these one more time, but I will say, I honestly think I'm even gonna give coat to the ZRS. I think I'm going stain, intensity, coat, and purity.
And honestly, I'm having trouble giving accuracy. The ZRS is just so like, ping, like exactly what the fuck. Can you
What
pass
is-
me a pen, Sean?
Yeah, I think the only thing that I would probably give to Up the Hill right now would be smoothness, and I got to hit it again just to double check that.
It's so fucking close. All the categories are close because this is doing the Up the Hill is doing everything that the Zanomalyz is doing. It's just fucking 0.1 difference. You know what I mean? Like really, really,
I don't know. That might have been the best hit of the Up the Hill I had right there.
really. Fuck. Let's get another doing cam here.
I do. I'm gonna give Up the Hill smoothness.
Blue corner, by the way, is Up the Hill. So this is Up the Hill. It's the Zanomalyz. Bowl smoking, incredible. Fuck, that was a really good hit.
Yeah, off of that hit, I'm actually changing coat. I'm gonna give coat to Up the Hill off of that hit. That last hit of the first round was fucking probably the best hit of the Up the Hill I've had so far.
Well, this is this is my second round right here,
That's the beginning. Yeah.
or this is the first.
That's
the second of the
The
first.
second of the first.
Okay. Yeah, I think coat's hard, dude, because there is a good coat coming off of both of them. Was it regarding the Z packaging? I don't know. He was talking shit way before that, but I don't know. Maybe that's when he blocked me because I called him a Karen for tripping on it.
GB Weebies.
I would say smoothness. I don't know. Coat's really tough. I think I'm going to lean towards right corner on that. So I'll be going 5.
So I'm glad you just did that because because I gave him code at the end, it actually tied it. So we're going to obviously use you for the breaker.
Oh, okay.
And so we will give that first round to Zanomalyz.
Wait, you gave...
I gave
Oh, yeah,
because
yeah.
there's 2 points. You
Well,
know
no,
what I'm
that
saying?
shouldn't make sense. Because what about accuracy?
Oh, I didn't do accuracy. That's why. Duh.
We're high, dude.
I'm already high. So 4-3 for Zanomalyz.
I was going to say, there shouldn't be a possibility to tie. That's why we made smoothness worth 2 points. But fuck, dude, I'm smoking either of these in the head sash every day so far. I will say the last time we smoked the Zanomalyz, it was the third round. It was the back half that maybe started to lose a little bit of the integrity. But it came out of the gates swinging, so we'll see.
God damn, dude.
Okay.
I don't think anything's changing, but they're both great, verging on excellent fucking representations of flower, dude.
Yeah, of their perspective genetics
Yeah,
for sure.
just fucking crazy. Yeah, I don't think anything's changing right now. Not yet, at least.
I might be leaning your way on coat right now. They both are starting to build a little bit of like a
Something there with it.
tarry chalkiness, maybe
Something
like
with it, yeah.
a little something.
I tasted it on my last 2 hits, too. This would be my last hits of the second round. I hate when the community gets cringy, man. We're all supposed to be uplifting each other like the plant does.
Yeah, I mean, we're just here to keep it real about shit.
Yeah,
I
dude.
mean, I know there's a part of the community that's like
And
very.
look, at the end of the day, as much as people get in their feelings about this shit, this is about the weed. And these are all great conversations to have with people because at the end of the day, it's an education piece for all of us. We're all fucking learning together. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying, dude? But the difficult conversations have to happen. The debates have to happen.
Yeah, and also, I mean, bro. Okay, so you know what? I have a theory, dude. Mopping Terps was QCing. He was arguing with me about QCing the shit out of a bong. Maybe he just doesn't know what the fuck. You know what I mean? He
Could
just
be.
literally thought it was good. But my thing is that blows. It almost makes me mad too because I'm like, damn, bro. Like, I don't want to get on here and have a bad review. Like, fuck that. It's really stressful and awkward. So it's like, QC your shit. You know what I mean? Like, please don't send that in. Like, holy shit. And then later it was like, yeah, that was a bad batch. I'm like, what the fuck?
Right.
Why would you send that in? I don't know, dude. was a really fucking nice hit right now. I mean, this is just so close, dude.
It is. I had the exact same thing I had as last round. I had it 3-4, fucking razor close in fucking both first rounds.
I might be.
But ZRS.
I mean, you still have these hits in the second round.
No, those were the last ones.
Oh, is it? Okay. So this is the beginning of your third?
Yeah, beginning of third.
I'm not gonna lie, my last hits there, I think I gave purity also to the blue corner because I got a little bit more tar out of the ZRS than I did out of up the hill.
Did you?
Hit him again real quick. Let me know if I'm tripping. But I got just a little, nothing crazy. I mean, we're splitting hairs, so it could be changing hit to hit too. But
Definitely has more of a background at this point, but that's my third round. Hits.
yeah.
Wow.
And that's the thing is it could have been at a better point when you had it at the end of your second than it was at the end of mine. But
The flavor on the up the hill is fucking just peaking
it's starting
right now.
to starting to catch a stride, whereas I feel like it might be kind of going away on the ZRS.
Go up a little bit.
Let's have a look. Oh fuck!
Yeah, right there. You see that, Adam?
Where? What? Which one?
She trying to be cray.
Wow, I gotta fucking look up, dude. I'm
Second
lit.
to the bottom.
Oh, you're saying the name. I was looking for the comment that said that.
Yeah.
That's hella funny. All right. Let's go this first. I'm getting some tariness. Hold on.
No, for sure. I agreed. When I just hit the last hits, I
So
said,
we're gonna end up scoring these middle rounds different. So but this might come down. This might end up being a tie depending on how this third round goes, and then we would have to tally the points for the official.
no. I don't think it's going to be. I'm not disagreeing with you in the third round. I'm telling you this has tar
No,
in
in
it
the
now.
second round we scored opposite. Well,
That's okay, though. At the end of
One
the
point
day,
different, but
yeah,
yeah.
1 point different. Yeah, I don't think that should affect
Wait, hold on.
anything.
bro, at this point it's hard to give anything to anyone but up the hill. Hold on.
I'm going to hit my last hits. And I'll tell you if I agree. It was definitely losing it.
They're both doing their thing,
in
but
that last one, but
it's getting to be a drastic difference at this point in the third round, which is an important thing. For
get
the
your
blue
fucking
corner.
shit together, bro.
I'm gonna hit him again on the next one, but if it's not a knockout, it's at least a full sweep for me. Yeah, we're gonna see right now. In the third round specifically. Am I tripping?
No, not at all. But bro, that shit just tastes like a pear or something like that. That shit tastes
It's
so
very
fucking
pure right
fire
now, dude. Just so you guys can see where this is at, like, we're well into the third round here.
Yeah, I think we can call it at this point.
What knockout?
I
Because
don't
these
know.
are my second hits of the third, and I need them to
Well,
make
that's my
sure.
last hit of the third, and that's what I'm saying. I
Oh,
think I can
okay,
call it
okay.
at this point. I don't need any additional hits or anything like that. I know what we're looking at.
I mean, it's just some would put this down, some would keep hitting it. It's right on the edge there of putting it down or hitting it. But I mean, we're in the third, well into the third. But I go full sweep on that.
Now, you want to know why I wasn't worried about that, about what you were thinking?
What?
So let's talk about this, okay?
Okay.
First round, I have Zanomalyz winning, and so do you, right?
Yes,
Second round, I have Zanomalyz winning still, and you have Up the Hill winning, correct?
because I had the last hits of the second.
And then third round, we both have Up the Hill, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I have it 2-1 Zanomalyz, and you have it 2-1 Up the Hill. But remember what we did last time? We're gonna add these points up right now.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
So,
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
You just take your numbers and just add the numbers.
13.
Don't
to
tell
8.
me you got 13 to 8 too.
13 to 8.
I
for
have
up the hill.
13 to 8 too
13 to 8 up the hill.
for blue corner. Oh, you have 13. Okay. Oh, okay, because of the sweep. Yeah.
Because the sweep gave him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points in one round,
Yeah.
and whereas Zanomalyz got none.
So-
and then everything else was so close in the other rounds, it ends up being 13 to 8 for up the hill.
And I
as
do
the
feel
winner.
good about that because the third round is very important. It's one of the,
Yeah.
it's, you know,
It's the
even in
long-
a fight,
it's
it's
longevity,
like
dude.
whoever wins that third
Yeah.
round is usually in a close decision
Yeah,
going
it's
to get it.
longevity, dude. It's a
So
big
that
deal.
makes sense. So we're going to go 29, 28,
Up the hill.
up the hill, 3-round decision victor.
That's
Yeah,
actually
moving
a
on to
split,
the finals.
That's actually a split decision.
Yeah,
That's
split
a
decision.
Sorry. Shout out fucking Up the Hill and Zanomalyz, dude. Fucking,
Yeah,
it was
fire.
a pleasure smoking both of those.
I have a lung infection right now, and here I am afterwards. I feel great right now.
Yeah, that was a pleasure.
Yeah,
to
those are
smoke
both
of
really
for sure.
smooth, flavorful fire doinks. The Up the Hill fucked around in the end, though, for sure. Came out looking like it was just going to be a fucking smackdown, but that's the thing about longevity. Now, how do you gauge that out of a bong, dude? You can't.
You can't.
You cannot experience that much personality from some weed because every weed has its own little personality and it acts different in a doink. And you can't see an incredible performance to the end like that in a
Yeah.
bong, dude. And man, that means something and it counts for something.
Yeah.
So we now have Up the Hill returning to the finals. Keep in mind, it wasn't a $10,000 grand prize, but it was a 24 entry bracket.
Yeah.
And he won that with the Zith. So here he is again with the confetti.
Up the Hill doesn't play,
And that's
dude.
a problem, bro. That's a problem.
Yeah, he doesn't play around for sure.
Yeah, so
For sure.
Wood Wide, though, has been probably one of my favorite things I've smoked. Maybe this, I mean,
The Woodsy.
because it's more than just Z. It's got some bass.
Yeah.
It has, like, it's substantial,
Substantial.
dude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
100%. But yeah, Up the Hill, welcome back to the finals, sir.
Yeah,
and
welcome
then Zanomalyz, we have his Z. So we're thinking about doing a Zanomalyz Z versus a Tornado Terp Z one of the next days here. Stay tuned for that. That's a fucking good battle right there. We've been waiting. Shout out Just Feats for sending us that on the fucking house. I appreciate you, bro. So we'll get that in. And then what else? Tomorrow is the finals, 420. $14,000 grand prize. Shout out Parlor Genetics. Can we throw that up on the screen for a second there, Sean? What Up the Hill just commented? A little bit of that right there. Yep.
Shout out Parlor Genetics.
And fucking A, dude. After that, we're headed to Arizona. What we're doing in Arizona is we're trying a new little content angle. We feel like when the UFC lets people get to know the fighters, it's more of a reason to root for them. You know what I mean?
Names to faces, stories
Yeah.
about how they got where they are and what they're doing.
Grow
they-
tours, shit like that.
It's just
So
like a movie. You get yourself invested in the characters that are
Yeah.
involved in it, dude, and now you're just like really on hype. And plus, let's be honest, you and I don't know what a lot of these people look like. We haven't met over half of the people.
bro, the little images I create for somebody in my mind about what I think they would look like,
Right.
and then I see them, I'm like, what the fuck?
Right?
That's crazy.
That's how I
but
felt when I met Yonk Rolls out there last time. For some odd reason, I had like a straight like big New York dude, like that's like Yonk, you know what I'm saying? And then I met him and I was like, yo, bro.
that's funny. Yeah, so
Shout
we're gonna
out
go out
Yonk
there.
Rolls.
We're gonna let you guys get to know the AZ growers because we found it pretty crazy how much like shit is smoking out of there.
they
And
know
I'm
what
not
they're
talking
doing out
about like quantity of shit smoking because we've only had a handful of batches, but the consistency of like the fucking 8 or 9 things that we've tried from AZ from certain groups
Right.
has been insane. And then, but those were Cali brands. But then we have the bracket and 2 Arizona brands are fucking shit up.
Right.
So it's getting really fucking interesting on that. Winner gets a tip collab. We're a little backed up right now, but it's a when it comes, when the pipeline opens up, it's happening.
Right.
So yeah, we're gonna go do that. We're not gonna be doing the duels in Arizona. What we will be doing though on our Instagram, we're gonna do little live pop-ups on our @ProperSmokeLeague Instagram, not the main one.
Like that.
Only one
fucking
that it's allowed to
high
go
lounge
live.
and shit like that.
Yeah, we're just gonna
Fucking,
throw it
yeah.
up on an iPhone and smoke some weed out there, and just give you guys some quick reviews on that. We might just do that. Who knows? Maybe post it only on Patreon. I don't know. We'll see. But
I try to recreate the fucking outside of the telly fucking stream.
Oh yeah, last time we were in Arizona, bro. Shout out High Lounge, dude. Great hospitality, but the Wi-Fi sucked, right?
Yeah,
So
it
we're
did.
fucking pixelated. We're basically sending streams through Telegram, and so we're like, fuck it. Let's just go somewhere with good service, hotspot one. So we went in this like shopping mall near the fucking.
It was outside of our hotel, in between the shopping mall.
Yeah, but like right near like the stadium kind of shit, like
Yeah.
area. And we fucking set up cameras and sit at this like outdoor restaurant that was closed down and just spark up an episode. We were smoking some Grow Science. So it was a quick one, you know what I mean? It was it's right before the fucking security guard came in and we tried to get him to smoke with us, but
Yeah.
it didn't work, dude. Did you guys review the Dirt OG? We had the Dirt OG go off against Trap Jesus. That was with Lance for Smoke of the Day. That's online. You can actually go see that. Let's see. Great job. Go see Dr. Adam. Yeah, Mario. I'm gonna, as soon as I get back from AZ, bro, I'm gonna go see what's up if it's still fucking me up. But after that weed, dude, lungs are feeling pretty good. To be honest.
That shit was fire, dude.
It's the first time I smoked in 8 days.
Both of those are straight head stash weed.
Yeah.
Like 100%.
Yeah, 100%. All right, guys. Well, thank you for pulling up. Shout out Up the Hill and Zanomalyz. That was a close battle that we had to go tally up the points to decide. So definitely go cop both of them. See you tomorrow for the finals at 4:20 p.m.